How's it going, my fellas? So today I have compiled a list of my top 10 favorite videos and moments from the year 2022. So yeah, it's been raining a lot lately. I've had really nothing to do, so I might as well just make a video recapping all the stuff I did in 2022. It's been an amazing year, guys. Thank you everybody that's stuck with me, and yeah, let's get into the video. My number 10 spot goes to the slide grapple video. Now, if you guys don't know, Skrull was the main guy that does this and or popularized the tech. So that was kind of my inspiration to make this video because this tech is still really underrated, and it actually got quite a few views on the channel. It got like 150k views, I think. So it's nice to see that that tech is probably going to be used a lot more often now. And yeah, that video kind of just stuck with me. At number 9, we have this gravity cannon res route that I came up with. Basically what you do is from the gravity cannon, you tap strafe to the right, and you have to kind of angle it properly so you land on this hill, and then you can drop down and you can get a free res off. And if you don't even get a res off, it's still really useful because you can escape the enemies and you can get like a really good positioning. So yeah, when I discovered this, it was huge. And you know, before they eventually removed the tap strafing on the cannons, it was just one of the main things I did on Storm Point, and it was just really fun to do. At number 8, it's going to be my door tricks videos. So I actually had quite a few of these. First, the main one I had was the one where you kick the door from the side. This one was huge. It became really popular on YouTube, and this trick is still really useful to this day. If you guys didn't know, when you kick a door from the side, you literally cannot get hit by the enemy. Like if you break it down and you move to the side, when you kick it to the side, you cannot get hit at all. So this trick was huge when I kind of popularized this, and yeah, this video definitely did stick with me for the whole year. So for number 7, I'm going to give it to all the climb spots I discovered. So my favorite climb spot is actually the one in Fragment. It's not in the zipline buildings, but it's on the outskirts on one of those 3-story buildings. And basically what you want to do is super glide off this ledge, and you can actually climb to the 3rd floor. So this was huge when I actually found this. And there's so many other spots that I found, whether it be in Fragment or in other maps, that just really stuck with me, and I still use it this day to be really creative. At number 6, it's going to be the video where I did the Lyric V2, so to speak, jump with Octane. Now the reason I'm saying so to speak is because apparently Lyric, I got this from Esquija. Esquija told me that Lyric had no idea that this was even a thing. So I don't even know what to call this jump anymore, but yeah, I was the first person to do this with Octane on a recording, and I actually got a kill with it, so it was huge. And yeah, the other clips in that video were also really good, especially that fatigue bounce one, that climb. But yeah, anyways, that's my number 6 moment. Number 5, this one is a really underrated video. It's going to be the Octane storm stimming. This is probably one of my oldest videos. And basically what I did in this one is I showed how to stim in the storm. You can get a med kit off if you time it properly. And this one is just huge because I see nobody doing this, and it's really useful and it's really cool, kind of breaking the game in a way. At number 4, we're gonna give it to pedo strafing with Mad Maggie. Now before I get into the pedo strafing, I'm gonna get into that later. For now, I just want to talk about the Mad Maggie portion. So this was after pedo strafing was discovered. When I eventually learned about pedo strafing, I thought it was only doable with Octane and you know, a Bloodhound ult or something, some sort of speed ability. So it kind of crossed my mind, what other character has a speed ability? And believe it or not, Mad Maggie, the ball, when you throw the ball down, you can do some crazy lurches off of it. So I think I was the first one, or one of the first people to actually realize that you can do some crazy lurch strafes. In this case, the pedo strafe off the Mad Maggie ball. So yeah, I got a really clean 1v2 clip in that video, and it kind of blew up. So yeah, that was definitely one of the biggest highlights of the year. At number 3, this is going to be kind of a weird one, but it's going to be the super glide key upside down. So this might not seem like a big highlight to some of you, but this was kind of huge for me because this kind of got me into the practice of super gliding so much to the point where I just mastered it. And this crouch key upside down thing helps a lot, but I don't even use it anymore because I don't need to. I just mastered super gliding. So this was just a kind of a stepping stone for me to master super gliding and kind of establish that I mastered it. And I'm sure this video was like really useful to so many other people that were struggling with super gliding. So I hope that video helped you out with super gliding. At number 2, I'm going to give it to the Olympus land tricks. This is one of my most recent videos, but this is just one of my favorites of the year by far. And I'll give you guys like the backstory in this video. So when I was kind of experimenting with this, when I was like looking at how I'm going to be able to drop down from that like slanted slope onto the map, I like initially had no idea what I was doing. But then if you guys don't know Jay the Yggdrasil, his video popped up in my recommended, and it was a fall stunt cancel guide. And his fall stunt cancel guide actually helped me to understand how to do this. So I actually developed a route based on Jay's fall stunt cancel guide, and believe it or not, it worked. So I found a really consistent method to drop from the top to Hammond or Energy Depot. And the Energy Depot one, guys, I do this one all the time. It's super consistent for those of you that are still like wondering if it's really hard. It still does take a while to get down, but once you get it down, it becomes really consistent. It's really fun to do. And at number 1, I'm just gonna have to give it to pedo strafing. This video like just blew up, and it was huge. It was a huge stepping stone in my channel, and it like helped me develop, you know, more motivation and more like drive to make more videos for you guys. So for those of you who don't know the backstory on the pedo strafing video, I actually had no idea how pedo did this at the start when I looked at the video. At the time, like almost a year ago, this kind of Asian style of strafe with a ton of lurches, like rat strafing and that kind of thing, was pretty unknown for the NA player base. All of it was just kind of like the Asian style, you know, strafing and movement. It took me a while, but I was talking to my homie Drast on Discord, and we eventually figured out that if you press your W key in between each B-hop, you will continuously move forward. So you do the tap strafes and the B-hops, and you press W to move forward. So I'm sure this was like known by like some NA players, but it was just so widely unknown and like gatekept that it was insane that I actually figured out how this works. So when I was in the firing range, it was crazy to me that I actually figured out how this works, because back in the day I didn't have that much movement experience that I have now. So, you know, learning this tech from like the very beginning was just a huge stepping stone for me to get into more movement, more lurching, you know, all of the above, every single movement tech. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of like a recap / like a review of the whole year. It was really interesting, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for all the support last year. I'm looking forward to an amazing 2023 with you guys. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something new.